Hey y'all, it's Yvette. I almost forgot how to do that. And I'm sure YouTube has probably turned off the notifications for my channel. And it may take some of you a while to find this, and maybe not at all. I'm not sure. It has been a long time since I made a video, and I know that there are probably a lot of you who just wondering why, and I understand. I would probably want to know why as well. And as usual, I do not have a script, or well, I may have an inkling of what I was going to talk about when I'm on this video, but as far as knowing exactly what I'm going to say, I really don't. And so I'm going to start by saying I don't want anyone to think that it means that I'm, coming back on a regular basis. I'm really not sure how this is going to progress, or what I'm going to do. I'm really not sure. I just know that after having a couple of posts on Facebook, which then goes over onto Instagram, and so people see that. There've been a couple of people. I mean, I'm not going to say, oh, there's been an outpouring. That's not at all the case. But I have had a handful of people who are, saying that they miss seeing me on YouTube, and they miss, just seeing me on YouTube. What happened? Well, as far as YouTube goes, and, nothing really. I did start to feel that it wasn't making me as happy as it used to. I remember in the beginning and even in the middle, just being so excited to make videos, and I think I had an idea in my mind of where it was going, and I definitely know where I wanted it to go, and it just didn't. And when you're in the middle of that, it can be quite hard to accept that it's just not going to happen for you. I want to make it clear that I was very, very happy with the people who did come on a regular basis and watch my videos and interact whenever I was live, and that made me very happy. But I think, I've always been really hard on myself. And so when I saw that other people and just people in general, no one specific, I don't want anyone to think that, this was like one person specific. No, it was not one person specifically. It was just in general. Some people would have started their channels after me and then would jump past me in leaps and bounds, and I didn't understand it. And while I still may not understand it, I've definitely accepted it. And quite honestly, I'm okay with it. It's okay. I think that I was mostly just disappointed in myself for not achieving the goals that I had set for myself. And to some degree, it's because of me. And maybe just what I was doing was not what people wanted to see. And, you know, that's okay. So saying that, I want to say that I've always told you guys, so if you have watched my videos before, especially on a regular basis, which I know a lot of you did, I've always been very open. I am, you know, I like to think that you all know me because I don't hide things. That's not true. Of course, there are things about me that I don't share with everyone. I don't share every single aspect of myself with everyone. I don't. But for the most part, I've always been very honest and open about my life. So I'm not going to stop doing that now. I'm sure there are plenty of people out there who think that this is not a smart thing for me to do. I don't care. I think it's the right thing to do. So basically what happened, the short version is I was very depressed for a long time. Having mental struggles is something that runs in my family, not rampantly. Probably, well, you know what, to be honest, I think it's just me and my mom. Maybe a couple others, but I'm not going to throw that out there because I have never spoken to them about it, and so I will not. But I have spoken to my mom about it, and I know that she's okay with me talking about it, about her. And so I kept thinking before the depression hit me, which I also want to make clear that I have been diagnosed with depression and anxiety since I was probably in my mid-30s. But this was something that was unlike anything that had ever happened to me before. And before I got that bad, I kept thinking that I had ADHD or something because of certain behaviors that I had, and one of those being just I felt like I was always on the go, you know, and there were always comments about how, you know, I could go to work, work all day, come home and work all night, and I did that for years. I would work a full-time job, and let me tell you something, putting up videos the way I was for as long as I was another full-time job. I would come straight home, may or may not change my clothes, touch up my makeup, and then start making videos. I would make several a night. And then the editing, it was a huge learning curve, but even once I knew everything I was doing, it takes a long time. And then the posting of the videos, you know, getting videos loaded up onto YouTube can take quite a bit of time. And so, you know, I just kept thinking to myself, I must have ADHD. I mean, no one ever told me that whenever I was growing up. I didn't have any indication ever. But I just kept thinking it must be something. And when we moved to Colorado, is when I got really serious about going to see a therapist on a regular basis, because I just knew that I needed to. I needed some kind of talk therapy. And I know there's a lot of people in, you know, in the world who do that. And I think it's an extremely healthy thing to do. And I have friends that I know I can talk to. And I know that they also tell me on a regular basis that I am not too much for them. However, my opinion is that there needs to be a limit. So, talk therapy. But about a year ago, I actually diagnosed with bipolar 2. Now, when that came about, I don't want anybody to think that I thought, oh my goodness, I'm a broken person. No, I don't feel that at all. I can guarantee you that I was very happy to know. Because there are so many times when, you know there's something wrong, but you can't ever figure out what it is. And no one else can figure out what it is. So when there was finally an answer, I felt like, okay, excellent. Now we can move forward. We can deal with it. And it also didn't surprise me because my mom has had the same thing for a very long time. But here's the thing. Pretty much everything that has ever happened to my mom ends up happening to me. And so there are some things that I see her going through that literally scares the bleep out of me. And I don't know that I'm prepared for those things. So, it wasn't until after I was diagnosed with bipolar 2 that I got that severe depression. The first thing that they put me on oh my gosh, am I even gonna remember? I think it was Abilify. Hold on. I'm gonna use my computer here while I'm talking to you. Because my brain is gone now that I've been through menopause. I can't remember things. Let's see. I'm seeing if I see it. Oh. Okay. That's not it. Whoa, it's none of those things. Okay, hold on. Let me see what Abilify is for. I don't want to say horrible things about about drugs that, and I'm saying the wrong thing. Okay, I think it was Abilify. I should have obviously researched a couple of things before I came on here, but like I said, I wasn't sure what I was going to say. So I remember when I first started it, it seemed great. Like, I noticed a difference within like a week. But then after a few weeks on it, I didn't notice a change anymore. And it also caused a weight gain. And if it had been working like it did in that first week, I wouldn't have really cared as much. I mean, I'm a girl. Of course I'm going to care. But I wouldn't have cared as much about the weight gain. But to me, it was like, well, I don't feel like it's doing anything now. So let's try something else. So then we tried, let's see if I can figure out what that one was. I think it started with a C. Caplyta. Caplyta. So when my doctor introduced it, she said that she had really good results and that there were a lot of people who really liked Caplyta. And I had gone online and there were a lot of good things that people were saying. So I was like, yeah, let's give it a go. For me, it was horrible. I had extreme dry mouth and dry eyes. It was so bad that when I would be driving home, if the sun would get in the car, like at all, I mean, any sun, okay? Even with sunglasses, my eyes would just water. I could hardly see the road because my eyes were so dry. It was terrifying. And then I just wanted to sleep all the time. It's all I wanted to do, just sleep. I said, goodness gracious, this is not working. So I stopped taking that. And at that point, my primary care was like, she says, I want to help you, but I don't think I'm the person to do it. I think you need to see a psychiatrist. So I said, okay. So I found a psychiatrist that's closer to me and started seeing her. And she put me on Lamictal, which is an older drug, but it's awesome for me. Things that I have found out about bipolar 2 to be specific, it's something that you typically do. You can't, it's almost like, it's anything that anything that goes on with your brain. It's very difficult to try to figure out what's going to work for you because it's not the same for everyone. And what is working for me now does not mean that it's going to work for me in 6 months, a year, whatever the case may be. It's also extremely likely that I'm going to be on more than one medication. So it's a constant, and I will use this word, it's a constant struggle to keep yourself stabilized, I guess is a good word for it. And so honestly, it explains a lot. There are a lot of aspects about me that are very well explained by the diagnosis of bipolar 2. it's obvious to me that there was quite a long time where I was in the manic phase. But when you're a person who has been diagnosed with depression and you've experienced that a few times over the course of your life, when you are in any type of a manic phase, it does not feel like there's something wrong with you. You feel like, wow, I'm not depressed right now. This is great. And I am in no way saying that it's okay to be manic. I'm not saying that. Because I know that the people who are bipolar 1, which is the mostly manic side of things, and that's basically the difference as far as I can figure out, is bipolar 1 is mostly manic and bipolar 2 is mostly depressive. I thought it was great. I was able to do so many things. Of course, I was also doing some things that were quite destructive. That's not true. I did see that it was a problem. I did know that it was a problem. There were a couple of things that, people, definitely not proud of. And, but I never thought that it was due to some sort of a imbalance in my brain. I couldn't explain it, but, there it is. So it's explained a lot. And I've actually, for the past few months, have really struggled with not wanting to sew. I think, I'm knocking on wood, by the way. I think that I'm past that. I'm gradually pulling myself out of it. In fact, I'm working on some FPP right here. I've had my guild Piecing It Real, which I've pretty much kind of closed. I mean, if someone expresses a real interest in wanting to join and come in and really become part of the group, then I'm open to that. But at this point, I'm very proud and happy of the fact that I have created a very loving, tight community. And it's just amazing. The ladies in this group have really, really lifted me up. And we lift each other up. So I think that's another reason why I just didn't feel like I needed YouTube anymore. And I'm very aware of the fact that this video is getting kind of long. So I think I'm just going to leave it at that for right now. And will I come back and make another video? I honestly can't answer that right now. I don't know. And it has nothing to do with, people aren't going to miss me. There's plenty of other people you can go out there and watch. And it's nothing to do with that. I think at this point, if I don't feel like I'm getting something out of it, then I probably won't, because, it is a lot of work, and I have to really make that decision about if it's going to be something that's going to bring me joy. Because at the end of the day, I'm the only one who can make me happy. I can't depend on you to make me happy, my husband to make me happy, my family to make me happy, my friends to make me happy. They do. You do. A lot of people do. But that's not the point. The point is that I make my happiness. And so for a long time, I lost sight of that. I dwelled way too much on, was my subscriber count getting higher? And I'll be honest, like now, I can truly say I'm not worried about that anymore. So it's going to be about if I'm happy. Because that's something we all need to do for ourselves. And so we'll see. But regardless, I do love all you guys. Because if you're here watching again, once again, you are just showing that you care about me, and I so appreciate that. I really do. I don't take it for granted. And there's Jellybean, so that's another that you can be looking for. Come see, JB. Come see. Oh, he's typing on the computer now. Jellybean. JB. Jellybean. Come say hi. Come say hi, buddy. Come see. Just say hi one time. There he is. There he is. He's my baby. Yes. Oh, I guess I can give you guys another little update. I don't know if you guys remember me talking a lot about Smudgy. Very briefly, because I'm gonna... Smudgy has passed on. And then after that, we got 2 more cats. So I'm up to 5 now. We have Jellybean and Sami, who were Smudgy's litter mates. And we still have Spooky Scout. And now we've got Ninja Puddin' Pop and Chiquita Banana, who we call Kita. We rescued them, or should I say they rescued us, especially Kita. Oh my goodness, she's such a little love bug. She sleeps with me every night. And before Smudgy passed, he got sick, and he was sleeping with me every night at that point, which he never did before. And so I truly think he brought her to me. And I still have all my other cats who I love dearly. But you know, you can't force your cats to be cuddly and lovey and, you know, want to sleep with you and stuff like that. If you got cats, you know what I mean. But anyway, I just thought I should share that with you too. So now it's a really long video, and thank you if you've stayed till the end. Thank you so much for being here. And this is me signing off. I don't know if it's for the last time. Hopefully not. I hope, you know, it's something that I can pick up at least a little bit here and there. And yeah, you know, definitely leave comments if you have any to make. Just be kind. That's all I ask. And yeah, maybe we'll see again. Bye. See you again. See me again. I don't know. Maybe we'll see each other again. Good night.